It began with a strike on Beirut. It ended with bombs falling on Tehran. And somewhere in between, the President of the United States personally urged Israel's Prime Minister to stand down. That request was ignored. Now, the Iran-Israel conflict is back in the spotlight. The world has awakened to a reality many had hoped to avoid. The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran, painstakingly negotiated and barely holding together, has once again been pushed to the brink. Explosions have rocked Iran's capital, Tehran, as well as the cities of Tabriz and Isfahan. After the Israeli military launched a series of strikes across the country, Iranian state media reported that approximately 15 targets were hit, including a drone storage facility in Tehran. Reports also suggested that Mehrabad International Airport may have been targeted during the attacks. This marks the most serious escalation since the guns fell silent 2 months ago. So, how do we get here again? The latest crisis began when Israel launched strikes on Beirut, Lebanon's capital, killing at least 2 people and injuring more than 20 others. The operation targeted what Israel described as a Hezbollah stronghold in the southern suburbs of the city, a move it characterized as a routine counterterrorism mission. But Tehran saw it very differently. Iran's military leadership issued a death warning, demanding that Israel halt its operations in southern Lebanon or face further consequences. Israel did not back down. Iran responded, beginning at approximately 10 p.m. local time on Sunday. Multiple waves of Iranian missiles were launched toward Israel. It was Iran's first direct attack on Israel since the ceasefire took effect on April 8th. Iran argued that Israel had crossed every red line. Israel, in turn, claimed that Iran had crossed a red line by launching missiles. Once again, both sides appeared to be moving closer to another dangerous confrontation. But this is where the story takes an extraordinary turn. The man who helped broker the original ceasefire, U.S. President Donald Trump, was closely monitoring the situation. According to reports, Trump personally called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and urged him not to retaliate against Iran. The reason was simple. Washington was pursuing a potential diplomatic breakthrough with Tehran. A senior U.S. official reportedly confirmed that the Trump administration had not given Israel a green light for the Beirut operation. The same official stated that Trump told Netanyahu not to respond militarily because, in his words, "We are close to doing something good in terms of a deal." And Netanyahu's response, according to the official, he appeared to agree, at least on the surface, because only hours later, the Israeli military announced that it had carried out strikes against military targets in western and central Iran. That decision carries significant implications. Israel's closest ally had urged restraint. The United States has provided military assistance, diplomatic backing, and political support throughout the conflict. Yet Israel chose to proceed with the strikes regardless. Why? Because for Netanyahu, this is not only a military calculation, it is also a political one. Hardline members of his governing coalition are unlikely to accept Iranian missile attacks without a forceful response. Many Israelis would also demand retaliation. This is what the breakdown of diplomacy looks like in real time, not through a formal declaration of war, not through a single dramatic event, but through a missile launch here, an airstrike there, a diplomatic warning ignored, and suddenly months of painstaking negotiations are undone in a matter of hours. The ceasefire that once seemed fragile is now hanging by a thread. The question is no longer whether tensions are escalating. The question is whether anyone still has the ability to stop them. What do you think? Is the region heading toward a wider conflict, or can diplomacy still pull both sides back from the edge? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.